While it was in Westminster that Theresa May announced that move, it's here in Birmingham and the towns and cities right across Britain that Brexit will truly be felt. It is the ordinary men and women who pay their taxes, who get up for work, take care of their kids, look after their parents. Everyone will live with the consequences of that decision.
We are heading for the door out of the EU, so ask these sign makers to spell it out. But now the switch has been flicked, where does Brexit take us?
Maintaining our sovereignty and being able to guide ourselves in our own directions.
Reasonable access from people who live in Europe to here and from people here who want to work in Europe.
If you go abroad and your child is sick, will they receive health care? What are the phone charges going to look like? I think it's everyday life, and that's the detail that people need.
Sinn normal Tory vote got turned to Labour by one Tory policy, getting the elderly to pay for their own home care.
What did you think of Theresa May when she came up with that?
I was very upset. I was appalled by her, to be honest. I don't think she's thinking about the everyday person.
I feel that Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party are on the ropes.
I don't think he's Prime Minister material.
So many of the Windrush generation are simply living in confusion. Tightened immigration requirements are causing heartache.
My daughter-in-law died last February, and I couldn't go.
My mum has 6 children in the UK, and she has grandchildren, and some of them she hasn't seen or even held.
The NHS accident and emergency is the pressure gauge, and those who know it best say that gauge is showing danger.
The British Medical Association says you have your head in the sand and don't recognise the seriousness of the situation. What can you say to British voters to reassure them that the NHS really is safe in your hands?
If you look at what has been happening in A&E, in December we had a record number, the busiest day in accident and emergency.
Catherine Lafferty says, are you going to give all your spokespeople calculators because they clearly have a problem with numbers? Maybe you have a problem with numbers as well. That is a basic issue, isn't it, in terms of the competence of a government you're hoping to lead?
Just 11 days after that election, the Prime Minister has to go and start those negotiations with the European Union to get the best deal for Brexit.
I understand that. It's the language I'm concerned about. Naked and alone. Think if he had said that about you, you said, picture this image. I mean, imagine if he had said that about you. You wouldn't find that acceptable, would you?
If you got the keys, what would you do?
Going to be a big job, obviously.
The hospitals definitely need extra money.
With the best will in the world, we cannot absorb the current intake of people.
What would your Britain be like? Lee's Britain?
Britain be loving again, like old time Britain, loving again.